Hi Stampers, it's Gigi with StampFUNatics, and today I have this beautiful cross card for you, and it just says you are loved and have a blessed day. So you can use it for anything, or you could use it for Easter, and you can change your sentiment to Easter if you wanted to. And I love that this folds down so it can be in an envelope and can be mailed, but then you can put it back up again and see how cool it is that it could stand up like that. I mean, I love it. And the paper that I'm using today is a paper that'll be returning in our new catalog, and that is Thoughtful Journey. It's a 6x6, and it has all of these beautiful scenes in it. You may already have it, and if not, you can still get it. And it won't be retiring. It'll be carrying over into our new catalog. So it's something that you can still get to today. And this is the paper that I picked just because it kind of has the same colors. And when I did this horizontal piece, I actually flipped it over, and I'll show you that when we make it. I'm also using a piece of Balmy Blue cardstock. And let's see, this I cut 5.5 by 8.5 and scored it at 4 1/4, just like we normally do for our card bases. And you can get 2 of these out of one piece of cardstock. Then I cut a piece of a white, basic white paper, 5 by 5 1/4, and this is the one that we're going to be scoring, so it'll pop up like that. We're going to cut this piece of paper on our designer paper, and then I have a horizontal piece that I cut out of the white that is 1 1/4 by 3 1/4, and when I get my little piece, I'm going to be cutting it 1 by 3. I'm just taking it down 1/4 inch. I also have 2 circles that I've cut out ahead of time. And let me show you where they came from. I have the Everyday Details dies, and I've used the second circle down. And they also come with rectangles. It's a great set to add. And I also used for the background one, our Stylish Shapes. And this one I used the fourth one, the fourth circle. It has the nice stitching on it. So that's cool. And then the stamp sets I'm using today are Unbounded Love and Labeled with Love. Now the front, You Are Loved, I thought was a beautiful sentiment to have for Easter too, because I feel like that's what he's telling us. And then over here in the inside, I said, have a blessed day, and that is right there. Now, if you don't have both, you can go ahead and order these from me. That would be perfect. Or there's also You Are Loved here, but it's a smaller sentiment. I did want to make it bigger on the front. So it's up to you how you want to do it. All right, let me put these aside and we'll get started. And then I have a piece too for the inside of my card that was cut 3 3/4 by 5, so it's about that size. So let's get all these put away, and I will start off with, I think, the white piece. So let me show you what we're going to do. I'm going to put that over there, put our paper aside. And I'm going to get out our scoring tool. Now, I haven't shown this in a while, but I just wanted to remind you about it. This scoring tool is cool. It has all of your measurements at the top. It has a little compartment here where you can keep your little markers, and you get, I think, 3 in a bag that you can keep in there. You also get, let me show you this a stylist, and this one you use to score in your tracks. The bigger circle or end is for designer paper, and the smaller one is for cardstock. If you use the smaller one, it's a little sharp and it might cut in through your designer paper, so you want to make sure that you use the bigger side. So this is cardstock. I'm going to use the small side. This is my 5-inch side, and I've already marked it at 1 3/8. So I'm just going to count over 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it right down that channel. And then I'm going to do 1 7/8. And see how you can mark them ahead of time. So if you're making a lot of them, you don't have to keep wondering, counting. You can just go ahead and use that. And then we have 3 1/8. And 3 5/8. And that's all the scoring you need to do. Okay, the next part is folding. Now I want to make this pop up first. So I'm going to go ahead and fold on that line, use my scoring tool, and then I'm going to fold it again. So that'll be the part that pops up. And so this one I'm going to then fold in the opposite direction and fold it this way. So we have mountain and valley scored lines, if you want to call it that. And so this way it'll pop up like that. And that's how it's going to get put on your card base. This is really an easy card. I've seen this all over the internet, and I just decided to choose one of my ideas and kind of change it up a little bit. But it's really easy to do. So the next thing I want to do, I think, is cut our designer paper, and let's put that on there. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Cut, and I'm taking a piece of our designer series paper, and I kind of liked this up at the top. So I'm going to cut this down to 5 inches. This is a 6x6 paper. So let me just double check my figures. Yeah, that's right. And I'm cutting it down to 5 inches. I'm gonna keep this, we're gonna need it. And we're gonna cut 2 pieces at 1 1/4, and the center one will be 1. So I'm gonna come over to 1 1/4, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. I'm gonna cut my 1 inch piece next because I kind of like the pattern to go right along. So I'm gonna do the 1 inch. And then I'm gonna come back into the 1 1/4. Okay, and that's our 3 pieces that will go on like this. And we're going to use liquid glue because it'll be a little easier, I believe, to move around and get it exactly where we want it. And I'll do that in 1 minute. I just want to cut my other piece, which I already have. And this is, let's see, 1 by 3. So this is already measuring 1 inches. So I just need to go to the 3 inch mark and cut. And it's up to you. I kind of flipped it over, but you can leave it this way if you want. It's up to you. It's similar, and all the colors mesh together really well. So let's get rid of the extras for now. We can use that on another project. I'm gonna get my glue. And let's get this back over here. I'm gonna get my silicone mat just for the glue because I don't want to get it all over everything, and I tend to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some glue on the back, and let's just go ahead and turn that and get it how we want it. Kind of make it even on top and bottom, and then just a little edge on the side. And let's do the other side. It looks complex. I think the people you give it to will be amazed, but really it's not that hard to make. All right, we're gonna try to make sure that our 2 tops are about the same distance. And then we can go ahead and glue it down. And then the same thing with our top piece. Let's see, do it like this? Kind of like that, I don't know. I'm gonna stick with this though. This paper is great because you can use both sides and they sort of have similar colors. So I'm going to flatten this out for a minute until I put this piece on. Get it going down the center. And I think, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, now we're going to take our card base and I'm going to glue one side. And we're going to start with just a little bit of a border. But see, that's the way I like it because it'll slip around and you can put it where you want it, as much border as you want. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to glue this piece. I'm not gluing the center piece. That's the one you want to pop up. So now let's get that in there and smush it down. I think that's about the same size. And here's your card. It's already popping up. Okay, now we want to do the horizontal piece. So I'm taking that 1 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then the 1 by 3. I'm going to glue these two pieces together first. Get that pretty even. Okay, now this is the part I want to talk to you about. When you're making your cross, you don't want to go over too far or it won't fit in the envelope. You want to kind of line up your designer paper edge, and that'll be about as far as you want to go. So I know where I'm going to put this. I'm going to put a little glue right here. You can put it back here, but I was afraid I might not be in the right spot. We're going to bend that over, and we're going to get it right about there. Okay, and there is your cross. So when it's popped up, it looks good. And let me just make sure it's straight. And then when you go to put it in your envelope, it'll be good. So let me just take my bone folder. I just want to fold it both ways to make sure it's going to fold nicely. Okay. So next, we just have our saying that we're going to put on the front, and I've already cut these pieces out, like I said. I'm using our Balmy Blue ink pad. And I'm using the saying, "You are loved." Now this just about fits in this circle, so I'm trying to stay under some of those dots so you can still see the little flower. That's pretty good. And I'm going to glue that onto my blue piece. Just have that little stitch edging showing. And then again, I'm just gluing this. I'm not really using any dimensionals today, which is weird for me, but there's so much going on. I don't want to make it too thick. And I don't want to pay extra postage. We pay enough on postage. So just going to hold that down, let that glue, and then we're good. And then the inside piece, I've already pre-cut. And we have the saying, "You have a blessed day." So I'm just going to straighten that up and add it right there. And then just take a little glue and add it to the inside of our card, and our card's done. Isn't that easy? I loved it. I just kept seeing it show up everywhere, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it. And when I did, I was like, wow, this wasn't that hard. So I'm just going to measure that in there, get it straight, glue it down, and we're good to go. And there's your card. So if you need any of these products, I'd appreciate you shopping with me at StampFUNatics.com, and use my host code. I still have one for a few more days. And if you purchase for me, let's see, what is today's date? It is, I think the 7th. By the end of the week. So let's say by Friday, April, what is that? Let's see, today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8, 9, 10, 11. By April 11th, I'll give you the PDF in an email free for you to follow along and do. And you can also watch this video again. I also wanted to tell you our new annual catalog is coming out. And this is going to start in May of 25, goes through April of 26. I believe the date is May 6th. That's the date it's going live. If you haven't received one of these, if you're not a customer yet, I will have this on my blog at StampFUNatics.com, and you'll be able to see it digitally the minute it goes live. I usually send my customers that have bought from me in the last few months, I usually give them a free catalog, so if they want it. Some are choosing to do digital because they're really putting less and less in the annual catalog and putting more online with online exclusives and putting the catalog online and everything. So there's a lot that like to just not have all that paper. So it's up to you. Anyway, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this project. If you do, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and tell me what you're going to put on your cross. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks.